This is a HeadGum podcast.
Celebrity Book Club. Who's that knocking at the door? It's all your friends, you filthy whore. Your husband's gone and we've got books and a bottle of wine to kill. It's Hollywood. It's books. It's gossip. I'm shook. It's memoirs. It's martinis. It's Studio 54. It's Celebrity Book Club. Come read it while it's hot. Celebrity Book Club. Tell your secrets, we won't talk. Celebrity Book Club. No boys are allowed. Celebrity Book Club. Say it loud and proud. Celebrity Book Club.
Buzz me in, I brought the Cuervo.
Hey, best friend!
Oh my God.
How are you on this stormy day?
Stormy weather. Hurricane. What are we at now? Zeneb? I mean, come on. They're going through the whole goddamn alphabet over here.
The flash flooding, the fires.
Right, I mean, they already went through all the American women. They had to get a French guy up in here. Henri. I mean, come on. It's getting crazy what they do.
Did that make you miss France?
No, I mean, he's super nostalgic.
Yeah, thinking about
Henri rolled through
baguettes and stuff. I actually, on my way here, I passed a French bakery and I was like, oh my God, I should get Steven a baguette to remind him
he's
of
probably feeling really la homesick.
Yeah, la homesick. And I was like, this would totally la perk him up. Turns out they were la closed. So
la sad boots.
Yeah, just want you to know that I thought about getting you a baguette.
Well, I actually did get you a bucket of marinara today. That weird window that sells meatballs was going out of business, and I was like, just give me all the sauce you got.
The extra stuff. Wait, are you kidding? You joshing me?
No, I'm not. I'm joshing you.
Oh, okay. I was getting actually so excited. And I was like, why haven't I heard of this window?
Well, I think that window went out of business a while ago. Remember, it was right next to the Urban Outfitters on 6th and 14th that also went out of business?
Oh, that meatball window, yes. And it was that's when here's the thing.
There was a rash of meatballeries similar to the cupcake craze of 2008.
Yes.
Where suddenly everyone was just we need a meatballery on every corner.
They were trying to make it fast casual in the post Chipotle world of just being meatballs can be anything. It's a total grab and go snack. We do Buffalo Ranch meatballs. Right. We do Saigon meatballs. We do it. It's kind of I think we just all decided it's just a little ways.
No, I'm sorry. I just got. Do you remember Potatopia?
Which was also in the West Village.
Also in the West Village. It was also trying to go on this just anything can be Chipotle trend. This just everyone being no, fast casual can apply to literally any food. People want a loaded baked potato to go. With all their own fixins. Totally customizable, gang.
Yeah, not just the fixins mama made you, right. But just and it's yeah, we can actually, it's a little hard to walk down the street with
this
your
chili lime dusted, honey battered, tater tot stuffed baked potato with a side of curly fries.
And then after that, you're oh, do you want to grab some to-go meatballs? Also by my old apartment, a place Spuds opened that was also trying to be potatoes your way. And it just feel I never took off.
Certainly not.
Yeah. Had big blackout curtains, it's closed, but this neon sign that said Spuds.
Oh, wow.
Okay, totally a random question. And then we'll literally get to the pot. What's your dream fast casual restaurant that you would open?
Well, I'm my first thought
what would you make to go?
Bone marrow. If the bone, because bone marrow
when the bones are good, the rest don't matter.
The rest don't marrow.
Oh my God! Wait, genius. When the bones are good, the rest don't marrow.
So the thing is, when they serve you marrow in a bone, in a big ass bone, that bone is a handheld object.
Yeah,
so conceivably, so here's my idea. You got the bone. It comes with an eating glove. It comes with...
Okay, I love this. And are you getting such a latex glove? And it has the brand name on it?
Okay, latex is sweaty and gross and a little too clinically sexual.
Right. It sounds so S&M.
Yeah, no, this is a cloth glove with just a slightly a rubber padding almost a leather rubber. I want to say like vegan leather. Vegan leather grips on like a felt Mickey Mouse like Prince glove that you hold, but it's like in dark blue or whatever. Because I love the color
I love that
blue.
you mentioned vegan leather because we're gonna call back to vegan leather later in this podcast.
Yeah, everyone put that little vegan leather tidbit in your memory cap.
Lock it in your vegan leather newsie.
So you get this bone, and then you get the glove that goes with it, and then so you can hold the bone in one hand, and then you get a little spoon, a little like compostable spoon that you can scoop out the marrow. Because I don't think it's civilized to just like run your tongue down the bone as you walk down the street.
Oh, you don't?
Well,
I think some other things that you do with your tongue that aren't that civilized either, and you do a lot more.
Well, maybe you're right about that.
I guess my only thing with the glove, I think that's actually gorgeous for a restaurant for them to hand you a glove, but you're pumping out these gloves and then like it's the new mask and just like
no, I know.
Our streets are littered with bone marrow gloves.
With disposable marrow gloves.
Because obviously this chain is going to pop the freak off.
No.
And you're going to have locations everywhere.
Absolutely. There's going to be a marrow-y on every corner.
I just think bone marrow should be a little more, and I know like we need to reduce our cow intake and all of that, moo, like planet Earth, as our Earth is falling to pieces every day.
And obviously like livestock cultivation is a huge water hound and it's using up a lot
It's always just like, if you don't eat one burger a year, you're adding 5 years to the planet Earth.
Yeah, I know. It's always that's yeah, that made a lot of sense what you just said. But yeah, no, it's true. They're always saying that.
I guess I just want bone marrow a little more in an oyster.
Rarefied.
No, I want it more common. I want it more oysters where it's like, oh, cocktails and dollar bone marrow.
Oh, okay, that's fun.
I just wanted to eat it more. I know it's very fatty, but
we had oysters last night with marrow in them, and that was delicious.
That's why I'm kind of high off this
oyster presentation.
Yes, and this bone marrow, kind of just grab it. Because I do think it is this big bone you could grab onto. Makes more sense than loaded tots.
One thing, again, not to reference Marseille, but one thing that they do really well there is penis. With this, so penis is kind of one of the specialties of Marseille, but it's chickpeas actually, and it's fried.
So penne.
Wait, is that what it is?
In Sicily, yeah, because Fridays you don't eat meat. And it's fried. Yeah, you get a fried chickpea sandwich.
Look at that.
It's a street food.
Pennelle penis. It's like
it sounds like the same thing.
Hello.
We think, we're so different in these other countries.
We're not. France and Italy, right next to each other.
Right, actually, it's not that crazy that they each have a...
But it's kind of similar to a French fry, crispy on the outside. You got a moist, soft senna.
Yum, literally yum. I want that. So I guess we should tell our listeners... Yeah, slow roll on kind of school again. We're not doing a book.
No, we still aren't reading a book. Sorry.
It's just like...
It's really hard to get back into it. And like you need to give yourself time because these students have been out of the classroom, some of them for a full year. And it's going to take some readjustment. And there's going to be a period. Absolutely.
We need to think about our children. And that's why... Today's episode is a special fiery segment.
And it's called What Does She Wear? So we'll be talking about fashion, clothing, branding, and what people wore. But first, just really quickly, before we get to the episode.
Before we get it, and wow, we need to tell you about something we did over the weekend.
So Spirit was very present this weekend.
So present. She was... a 15-minute walk from my apartment.
She was, of course, Teresa Caputo. We did see the Teresa Caputo live experience at King's Theatre.
Beautiful theater. Gorgeous
stunning
theater.
Architecture. Woodwork. The paneling. Pardon me.
Historical landmark. If you haven't been to King's Theatre, get your butt over there.
So I was imagining it would maybe be like an hour kind of show. Like similar to the TV show. Like she gets in like 10 or 15 readings and she's just kind of doing bam 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 and maybe she's like she's doing a group reading, she's getting 10 people at a time whose mothers all died of cancer or whatever.
Right.
This was not the case.
I would say the show started at 7:30
on the dot
Not even like, oh, some weird opener.
No opener. So we get sit down. So first.
Oh, no. First, sorry. We each buy you bought me a cocktail. 2 drinks, and the total was $68.50. I mean, it's very just like when you get like a Coke or whatever, like at the theater, it's
and that's like, I know, and these theaters are struggling, and that's where they have to meet their margins is at the food and bev counter. So then, before Teresa comes out, we have to stand for the national anthem
over the loudspeaker. And now, please stand for the national anthem. And I was hoping at least it'd be like a Bay Ridge local girl named like Ilana DiMazzo.
Yeah, I really wish it were like a Krista D'Emiliano.
No, it was just a projection of the American flag waving in her beautiful curvy waves.
With a pre-recorded, like semi-sassy version of the anthem.
And people were kind of like clapping along the parts where she really hit those notes like someone was singing President. I was like
we're responding to a live performance. Like, yes, nail that note, bitch. And it's just like, this is an MP3.
We don't need to be like screaming for Krista D'Souza.
The only other time I've seen this happen was one time I was at a campaign event for Hector Valderas in Cuesta, New Mexico.
Cuesta.
And it
sounds like a phlebotomy lab.
It's very phlebotomy.
Diagnostics, yeah.
Diagnostis.
The Latin word for diagnostics.
Okay.
I can't even say it. See, and this is why I need to get back to reading because I'm losing my language.
She's losing some of the words up there. No, and I mean, I always say this, use it or lose it, sweetheart. Pod or die.
Sorry.
If you don't pod, you won't learn how to speak English. Anyway, I just remember that someone pressing play on this like laptop and then holding the laptop up to a microphone, and everyone at this like veterans event for like 17 people, like under a tent randomly in Cuesta. And I'm there with this like very juggy local reporter for just like the Silver City Chronicle.
Wait, obsessed. Who is this like big jugged Silver City Chronicle? Like, hi.
I'm Janine.
I'm Janine with the Silver City Chronicle.
I'm doing a story on Forest Cover. I mean, yeah, that was...
And she's like, look up here, buddy.
She like literally wasn't sassy at all.
Okay.
She was just kind of porny. I mean, everyone in New Mexico is kind of porny, and they all wear those like porn librarian glasses.
Oh, that are like kind of like Weezer in that LensCrafters way. Well,
they're
okay,
way more LensCrafters than they are Weezer, but yeah. But they're like thick and black in that, yeah, it's like...
And that's the what does she wear? The difference between LensCrafter... Oh my God. I can't Clafter.
Do we need to do vocal exercises?
I think I do. Okay.
Okay, should we start the episode?
Yeah, I think let's move into our different segment, which is the main segment of the show, which is
What Does She Wear? Okay, so we've each chosen some secret celebs.
Oh, yeah. Secrets.
And I'm going to offer you a name, and let's see what you do with it.
Okay, let's do this.
You ready?
I'm so ready. I'm excited. Enter my sweaty seat. Also, what am I wearing right now? I'm still in my sweaty gym clothes. Yeah, humble brag. I went boxing before this.
Oh, fuck. The pheromones.
Yeah, the pheromones.
Okay, this other day at a party, everyone was vaccinated. This girl, she's like, we're like sitting outside this table, and she was just like, someone smells amazing. Is it you? And I was just like, oh, like, not to brag, but I haven't worn deodorant in 4 years. Like, I don't know if it's me. Maybe that's my natural scent. She was like, it's incredible. It's sandalwood. It's like, it's sort of a deep amber. She was like saying all this shit. And I was just like, yeah, okay. And then she comes over and smells me. And she's like, yeah, I'm not going to get so strong, but maybe it's just sort of in the air. Then this other girl, this like Iranian Moroccan girl, comes out. And then the other girl's like, oh my God, no, it's her. Sorry. And then she was like, wait, what are you wearing? And she was like, oh, I layer my scents. And then she described how she layers like 3 different perfumes to like achieve her own like very specific elixir.
Insane.
And I was like, okay, I guess I'm not just like emanating sandalwood over here with my
That's not.
with
I
my
would
BO.
like to know literally what does, like you say sandalwood, and I think I know what sandalwood smells like, but I think I just need spend some time just alone with sandalwood.
No, I do want to go to like a 6-week like nose course, like a crash course in smellology.
I think also it'd be really fun for us to take like a $200 make your own perfume scent class.
Yes. No, that would be a
at, like,
great
a
way to put some
lab.
spice back into our long-term relationship.
Yeah.
Would be this 2-hour make your own perfume class. Well, scan Groupon. I'm sure there's something over there. Okay. First celebrity.
Okay.
Dr. Anthony Fauci.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
well,
do you need a paper towel?
sorry. Yeah, clean up in Steven's office because I'm very turned on. So,
Fauci more like fuck me.
Sir Dr. Anthony Fauci. And now that is an Italian American
That we can all be proud of.
absolutely be proud of. Okay, so I'm going to kind of go into his casual style because I think
Well, we know he's like always wearing like a tie and like a lab coat or whatever in a press conference.
right in suits, and I think he is just kind of like Macy's about the suits.
Okay,
And,
here's
like,
why I don't think that he's so Bernie Sanders and like Cole suits. I think that he is actually a little bit more Brooks
Italian
Brothers.
about it.
No, I think that he like he's like spending more money in his suits, and he is actually kind of just like a little bit of a fucking
Little like design Italian.
I think he's a little full of himself.
I mean, I think when I said okay,
I don't think she's humble.
I don't think she's humble either. When I said Macy's,
She's
I guess
had this
I
job
didn't.
for like 30 years. Like he thinks he's the fucking cock of the walk.
I guess you're
And he's
so
like the
right.
only person who didn't get fired during the Trump administration. Like he thinks that he is literally untouchable.
He's going to Brooks Brothers. They know
well, they
him
went out of
there.
business, but like whatever the
Oh
equivalent
my
is now.
God. It's so, but isn't Brooks Brothers like still alive?
Okay, I do feel like a lot of businesses fake
Went out of business. Yes, they're like, oh my
to
God.
like drum up a lot of sympathy.
J. Crew is always like failing, like Banana Republic.
They like filed for bankruptcy, but it's like you can still go to J. Crew. Muji like went out of business. There's still Muji store in every fucking corner.
Right. It's like, the only place that actually went out of business is like the Wing.
Well, in like Top Shop America or whatever.
And I did see an empty Ann Taylor loft today.
I mean, I think every Ann Taylor loft has been empty for the past 30 years.
That I want to live in a reclaimed Ann Taylor loft.
Loft
Okay, right. So
living.
Fauci's going to Brooks Brothers. Thank you for calling me in. I guess when I said Macy's, I was like,
Like I think he's like
I
having
meant
like
he's getting the better suit at Macy's.
the better suit.
The better
Hashtag
suit.
the better suit. A totally customizable suit sent to your door every 30 days.
And he is definitely like, his wife is giving him like maybe randomly an Hermes tie for Christmas.
Absolutely. Oh, I'm sure it's full of Hermes.
Yeah.
It's all Hermes up in there.
And it's in that dye where you're like, that's a random striped tie. And you look at the back, I'm like, it is an Hermes tie.
It's a $450 tie and he has 60 of them.
Yeah.
Casual style to me, I feel like he's so Obama and like Zegna half sip.
Yeah, Abood. Joseph
Joseph
Abood.
But see, this is where we're getting back to this distinction. You're saying that Abood is like the nicest part of Macy's.
That's what I'm saying. Like, nice.
I still don't even think he's Macy's. I think he's fancier than that. I think he is like,
as I say, Nordstrom.
I think he's Nordstrom. I think he like has a tailor. I think that he is getting like, you know, this, I don't know. I mean, not like Dior, but like they're probably, you know, they're like Armani shirts. They're like
Armani button downs.
Yeah.
Right, because also since he's like so small, he has to get like all the shirts brought in probably.
Oh, I wonder if he's like going to Benetton to get their tiny little suits for tiny men.
I don't think it's Benetton, but I think it's Brooks Brothers, and then he's going to his tailor, and then they're like recuffing the shirts and stuff like that to make them fit his small arms.
Yeah. He's a little pocket.
He's going to Bindle and
Pocket
Keep.
rocket. Yeah, he's getting this custom lesbian suit for all bodies.
I can't picture him in denim. I think you're right. They are like a Xenia beautiful chino.
I think he does have a denim, but it's one of those dark. And now we're back at Macy's again. But no, sorry, no,
Okay,
Bloomingdale's. It's a dark $200 Bloomingdale's denim.
Or do you think he has this old pair of Levi's
No, he
in
doesn't.
the back of his closet
No, he's so does not
that he
have an old
hasn't
pair of
put on
Levi's.
in years?
Because he's like, isn't his whole thing that he just like kind of like didn't help like the
well,
AIDS
that's what I was
crisis
gonna
or
say, and like
whatever?
that's why they're in the back of the closet.
That's because he's actually anti-denim because like gays
and
were
he
wearing denim at
wasn't
that
being
time.
so AIDS, big mustache,
Right.
denim tank.
Yeah, no, he wasn't being this super hyper masculine San Francisco, Tom of Finland vibe. And he was just like, whoa, the
Pleat
faggots are
of-
wearing jeans. I'm going
and
to
he
wear
has
chinos.
like pleated khakis that are
Well,
Brooks
he did.
Brothers.
But again, I think he's so vain that he now knows that pleated khakis are not in anymore, so he's not wearing them.
But pleated khakis are actually now like wildly back.
Okay, but that's in such a like Balenciaga way where we're wearing like such a massive shirt. He's not being so like fashion.
And can I just say about the pleated trend back in men's fashion?
Sure.
Is just because I've thought about it. Doing it, and I don't think
Girl,
it's good for my
don't
body.
you dare. No.
I'm not, because I used to be so anti-pleated in this way where it's like, I was like, that's for nerds. I'm not a nerd. Same in the way that just like all like fleece stuff is back. And I'm just like, I'm never going to be fleeced because, again, that's for nerds. And I just think.
Although I feel like you maybe even bought a fleece recently, or you're always like just flirting.
I'm flirting
You're
with.
hovering over by on that Urban Outfitters quote sale on this like $45 Patagonia. You're constantly being like, I know it's kind of a funky color, but it's not that funky, but it's a little funky.
I almost bought like a Carhartt whip camo fleece, and you told me like I'm not 14 years old and I need to get over camo, which I think was a good note because I was in the LES. I was right outside Dr. Schmood's.
No, I'm always leaving you unattended for like a week or two, and you buy some camo thing, and it's always like this kind of big, very teen print kind of camo, and I'm just like, babe.
Leaving you unattended. Okay, I'm outside Schmood's. Picture this. Do you know what I'm talking about? That place?
No, I don't know what Schmood's.
And it's like, but first Schmood. And I saw just like
what is it? What's
it's
Schmood?
like smoothies and coffee, like
Okay.
bulletproof coffee with MCM or whatever,
Okay.
like oil. And I saw this just like ragtag group of just like the most like opening ceremony, like 17-year-old like LES children.
Okay.
And one of them was in just like a huge, the Carhartt whip purple camo fleece. And I was like seeing that, I was like, right, this is for a 17-year-old skater. I don't need to. I've just seen it so much, and then you see it so much, and then it's so many sponsored ads, so you keep on looking at it.
Right.
And then you think you need it, and then you're like, right, I'm not.
My thing with
Too
the
old for
sponsored
this.
ads is you kind of have to realize that the sponsored ads are trying too hard, and if you're getting so many ads, like resist the brainwashing that they're trying to do, because they're trying to just basically wear you down until you become so used to this one object that you think you already own it. And if you're like, and then you're like, realize you don't, you're like, oh, well, I need to fill this gap. If there's this sort of like hole of dissatisfaction that's been created by me not having this fleece, but it's like, you don't like that fleece. No. And the fleece is only in your name because you've been bombarded with it like over and over and over and over again. And the reality is you want something, but it's not that fleece.
Yep.
There's something else that the fleece is obscuring. There's something else that the fleece is like become this cipher for. And you need to figure out what that is on your own. Maybe it's a really sexy button down. Maybe it's, a gym short that has a little bit of structure to it, which I do think that you're looking for.
Okay, yeah.
And I think you need to just remember that your brain can play tricks on you when it starts to get into
Right. It's
feedback.
kind of like what happened to my punk brain if I'm so punk, then why am I being
right. Right.
taken over? Now I'm realizing the root of me also wanting this camo fleece. Jay Cutler was wearing it on an app of Very Cavallari.
The exact camera fleece that you're talking about?
Yeah. A silence comes upon the studio.
God, I'm so
it's like
upset that there's not going to be a fourth season of Very Cavallari.
R.I.P. It's really fucked up. It's
Now you're actually triggering me. And now I need to take a minute.
Sorry.
This fucking sucks. God damn it. It's such a 1-2 punch because it's like not just the fact that they're getting divorced, which makes me literally sad boots, but the fact that she can't do another season of the show now.
It's like you can't do another show with all of your chicas. It's like
maybe have like this.
Shipping, Brittany, like you're all on TikTok and like posting so much anyway.
But ever since she had the falling out with her best friend.
Oh, Kelly.
Because
she accused Kelly of.
Well, because Kelly didn't fight back against the rumors enough.
Yes, which was
And then they
sus.
didn't talk for a summer. And then she thought that Kelly only wanted to be her friend because she wanted to be on the show.
Right. Which
sucks. And fame can really tear apart friendships.
It can.
When you're all on a reality show together. And that's why I told Bravo, no, we're not doing a show.
No, we're not doing it because this is sacred.
This right here.
This is sacred.
This is sacred.
Okay, and that was a tantrum from Fauci wearing pleated khakis and me deciding that my body would look bad in pleated khakis.
Yeah.
And we got to that. Okay, so next celebrity.
And that's your truth. Okay, so now you give me a celeb.
Okay. I have like also so many just like Biden admins. Okay.
Jen Psaki.
Celebrity Book Club.
Okay, Lil Nas X.
Oh, cool. So we're really connecting with the youth culture.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we know. We
Old Town Road.
We know what's up on this pod. I mean, he's just wearing tons of designer clothing that's being sent to him. That's just like lots of bright colors and like leisure wear.
Yeah, I guess I
sportswear.
was like, what is he wearing when he's not wearing like the most insane like things
He's
sent to him
wearing-
from by Dolce? Just like more streetwear.
like, you know, like Casablanca is sending him like silk button downs. Like Nike is sending him like some custom fluorescent short that like no one else has. Dolce & Gabbana is sending him like a full beaded like suit. And then he's like wearing it. It's very just like, if you've seen the Billie Eilish documentary where just like wherever she goes somewhere, she's like, there's literally warehouses full of like all of this new streetwear, like still in plastic wrap that she's like, all right, let's take that sweatshirt,
And, like, that hoodie.
ripped hoodie, that ripped sweatshirt hoodie, overall boot combo that I'm going to wear for like to go from one car to one building and then never wear again. Like, I think that's...
That makes sense. Yeah, it's just
Are
boxes
you
and
thinking
boxes.
he has some like casual style that's really kind of specific?
I think you're right. I guess I was like, okay, he's lounging. Like the Uber Eats just came. It's like he is gay.
Are you
and, like,
asking whether or not he's wearing like a weird like Mack Weldon underwear or if he's wearing just like Fruit
I
of the
think
Loom,
he's
or
wearing. No, I feel like he is wearing like designer.
I think
tiny
he's wearing
briefs.
some. I don't think they're briefs. I think they're boxer briefs. I think they're silk. And I think
Do
there's
you
some.
have silk boxer briefs?
No.
Would you?
Sure.
Oh my god!
I mean, I'm buying so like defective Fruit of the Loom.
I saw the nastiest ad for a new boxer briefs that I'm sure we're going to be doing ads for in this
Right.
very podcast. The briefs were all like gross and so like taco printed. And
Wait, I think I saw that. And the guy
and they
was
have
just.
a pouch to separate your like balls from your body. And it's a guy being like, oh yeah, like let's pouch it. Thank God I can move around freely without my guys getting in the way.
Ew, okay, so it's basically this like cod piece, and you're like putting your balls in a little separate pouch, and then the dick goes in like another pouch.
Yeah.
That's insanity.
And then someone just being like, I was not into this like weirdly printed briefs, but I love the pouch. And
Let me actually explain why this goes against God, because
Tell me.
the whole point of the testicles is that they
testicles.
regulate their own temperature. And that's why they move up and down. And so if it's cold, like that's why they go up into the body, because they're like trying to keep themselves warm to like keep production at nominal levels. And if it's a hotter, they will fall lower and like so they self-regulate their own temperature. They don't need
kind of like seals.
Yes, honey. They're lying out in the sun when they need, and they're taking a nice cool dip in the water when they want to.
Right, rather than being like kept in this pouch.
Yeah.
Like, are you walking around all day being like, ugh, if only, like these balls could get out of my way.
But it's not, it's like you're not putting them out of the way by putting them in this other pouch. They're still there.
I also feel like they're definitely falling out of the pouch if you're really moving around.
I need to see some sort of a diagram on how this works.
Send the pouch this way.
Also, they're already in a fucking bag. They're in a scrotum. I don't need a separate scrotum.
No. You tell this company. I knew there was something off with it.
I mean, the tacos are disgusting, and it's so MeUndies, and it's like, ugh.
Right. It's MeUndies, but making it even more childish, where you're like, oh, I already need tacos, but I also like
now
need
I my
things
balls
in
like
a
a
bag.
separate little ball sack because I'm like, I can't like deal with. I don't even know what problem this is solving.
That's what I'm saying. Like, is there such discourse in cis male culture of just like balls getting in the way? I mean, I will say when I was buying a bathing suit, there was some pretty hilarious reviews of like this pair of trunks on Amazon.
Oh, it was like so many wives being like, and my husband found that this trunk made him have less groin itches by late afternoon.
And just being like, my boys were definitely getting chafed all day in the canoe. And like everyone was just like,
well, because I'm sure all those Amazon things have like the hardest nylon liners that are like so coarse.
Yeah, and it was a lot of wives buying. You realize in men's clothing reviews, it's all wives.
They're the ones doing the shopping.
Yeah.
Women hold the purse strings in this
they're
country.
They're buying the trunks. They're buying the pouch.
As Ogilvy says, you have to appeal to the wives and the maids. Go around back.
Which is why, back to Fauci, I kind of feel like maybe him and his wife, like, are going to Brooks Brothers together on this, like, day. I'm imagining them living in Boston, even though I know, but I'm just, like, imagine them on Newbury Street.
I also imagine he lives in Boston.
And they're going to Brooks, like, they're both going to Brooks Brothers, and she is, like, watching him get a suit tailored and, like, just going over to an olive green quarter zip sweater going, this is nice.
It's really true. And her name is Dale randomly. Yeah. And he's like, Dale already? She's like, Tony, what do you think? I think we should get you these. We should get you one in the dark blue and one in the olive. These are nice. Yeah, we'll put these up. Yeah. She's putting them on the tab.
Okay, do you want another?
Wait, who did you say to me?
I said Lil Nas X, but I feel like we were just like, that's designer clothing, and maybe
he's
this
wearing
one.
all these designer shorts. Oh, we went down this underwear path. Okay.
Beanie Feldstein.
Oh?
Beanie Feldstein. Jonah Hill's little...
The, like, girl from Booksmart or whatever?
Who's now playing Monica Lewinsky, stealing my role in the new Ryan Murphy.
Wow, fuck her. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I've never seen Booksmart. I've never seen a picture of Beanie Feldstein. I have no idea what she would wear. But
so she is a lesbian.
Okay, so she's a lesbian. Oh, she kind of looks like the Biden daughter lesbian.
The Biden daughter. Oh, yeah. Ashley Blazer, Biden.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, she is.
She's almost looks like a young Fortune Feimster. She's got a round face.
I mean, she's more just like theater camp, like long brunette hair. I think like leggings, but like is sequin blazer. It's just insane because like Jonah Hill has become this like
insane style god.
I know, and it's like
barfology.
All GQ, HQ, they're always just being like, how the fucking legend Jonah Hill shops.
I'm kind of just like, I mean, I feel like with like Jonah Hill's thing is it's just like, okay, so he wears like camp collar shirts from designers that are popular right now. Okay. He had that famous like fit pic of him wearing the Bulls jersey tucked into dress pants, like with dress shoes. And everyone's like, okay, wow. So he is like,
fit god.
He's putting together fits. And I guess I'm kind of just like, the vast majority of the time, he just looks like the most normal bro.
Yeah. Or I'm just like indie guy that wears Bulls stuff.
Yeah.
Which is like the original in one of the original indie styles.
Indie guy, okay, you're exactly right. It's indie guy that wears Bull stuff with a little bit of money, and now he has someone being like, buy this Bode shirt.
Yes. It's like, someone's telling him to buy a Bode and then
he's like,
sunglasses.
And then he's just like, following a couple like streetwear Instagrams and being like, cool, awesome. There's like an Arc'teryx drop and is like buying one jacket and getting photographed in once.
And then he got his Adidas line, which his Adidas line is just Sambas, no change to them. And then just like orange mesh shorts.
Where it's like, he's no Bad Bunny. He's not actually someone who has like,
Jonah Hill is no Bad Bunny.
He's no Bad Bunny.
No, I agree. It's like,
he doesn't actually have some like unique personal style. And I'm sorry, but he doesn't look good.
Well, now you're being size negative, and
I didn't say that people of a larger size can't look good.
Okay, I'm just saying now I'm being size negative.
Now you're being size negative. I just don't. I mean, I think he like looked good in those like GQ photos.
He
where
did
he's
look
like,
good at those.
Yeah,
I mean, he's so styled.
He was styled, and like they did his hair, but I'm just like, he doesn't like make an effort to look actually that good in his normal fits, and so I'm just kind of like, well, to me, then that's not really what's the point then?
Right, like if no one was telling you.
Like, you should also kind of, like, if you're trying to put together some bomb fit, like, you should also, like, look bomb in the fit.
Boom.
Sorry.
Say it.
And that's why I just don't think that he actually is a real fittest. I think that he is a fake fittest.
A fake fittest. Wow. Okay. This is,
I think
one of our biggest, this is one of the biggest claims of the pod. Fake fittest Jonah Hill. That's why I brought him up.
Thank you.
Because I just think...
Struck a nerve!
Well, I just think it's like we're giving him too much...
Way too much credit.
Way too much cred. It's like, I don't know, you come out with just shorts and put the Jonah Hill name on them and they're like a different color and all of a sudden they're $60.
Yeah. Because he just has this, like, people like his roles and he has this bro energy.
I mean, yeah.
He seems...
I'm laughing at him in
Right.
the movies.
He seems unpretentious, you know, unlike a Timothée Chalamet who seems very pretentious. But, like, Timothée Chalamet, I think, is actually much more interested
And
in fashion.
And it's not just being like vintage Bulls jersey.
No. And that's, like, not where it's coming from. It's not coming from this just, like, yeah, cool dude, like, vaguely indie.
Well,
vibe.
and this goes to a discussion about Grailed, where the prices on Grailed and whatever, like how vintage has become, where it's just like Jonah Hill, I feel like, is the type of indie guy to not even be like, oh, fuck, I went to a thrift store in Indiana and got like this ridiculous bullshit. I kind of feel like he's literally going on Grailed and buying just a 90s shirt for $90.
Yes, for $90. And because you know what? He never thrifted before he became a fit icon. Like, he never was actually
Yes, that is my complaint.
Sorry.
It's like,
And
you can't
that's
go
where the
from
inauthenticity
Abercrombie
is.
to
Yes,
Fit God.
Yes.
You can't wear a camp collar shirt for $400 if you are not thrifting bowling shirts.
Yes. Preach it. There is no Abercrombie to Fit God pipeline. There just isn't.
No. If you want to be Abercrombie to like insane polo style preppy suit, that's fine.
Fine. Exactly. But don't come and tell me that you are some eclectic, interested fashionista who's pulling things from different eras, and you really want to see like what the new people are doing with the old people. No.
Anyone can go to Nordstorm and
Thank
buy
you.
a camp collar.
I'm about to fucking Nordstorm Jonah Hill HQ. Okay, I'm really glad we said this.
Yeah, I'm glad that was just weighing on me.
Okay. My list. Jack the Ripper.
The murderer.
Yeah, the sort of like turn of the century London serial killer.
Okay. Here we go. Tattered blazer.
Okay. Because he's trying to be so like rakish professor, and that's how he's like getting
I
the
think
girl.
Jack the Ripper is like a little kind of like late 90s Futch lesbian style. Like, it's a little like blazer and beater about it, but in a more turn of the century like British way. And it's hats.
Yeah. It's like borderline like steampunk raised eyebrow. And when you say Futch, you mean like maybe a little bit of eye makeup?
Yeah, like I feel like he's like there's ash or something like that, and like it's fog and it's like these like really rainy streets, and like it's kind of tight pants with these boots, and maybe they have a little bit of a heel.
Tight pants. No, and he is okay. I love how and
his hair is a little bit like shaggy.
I mean,
but
murderers
short.
serial killers all have a bit of a gay angle to them.
Yeah.
I think they all are a little bit bi.
These gay people are evil.
Gay people are evil, bi people are villains. And he has like 4 different umbrellas. He's got this like this really elegant plum colored umbrella that's like hide skin, some sort of rawhide, and then he's got like another just like really simple fabric like tartan umbrella, and then like
Because I also imagine him like going to balls or something like that and like murdering after.
oh, and he's being so masked at the ball.
Yeah. Or like murdering outside the ball and like not washing the blazer.
So I'm imagining that Jack the Ripper was similar to that serial killer from the 70s or whatever, who like was like,
Sam
no, like Tom
Rosen.
What's the
Summer
famous
Sam?
Is that the guy?
The New York guy?
There was like a movie about him with like what's his name?
Summer
with
of
Zac
Sam.
Efron,
Oh.
where he played. Anyway, I was picturing
Ted
that.
Bundy.
Yes. I was picturing that Jack
Because
the Ripper is a Ted Bundy type who like is so charming, and he like meets people at bars and they
Right.
like go home with them, and then he's like, I'm an insane serial killer.
Yes.
But I'm not sure if that's actually the Jack the Ripper story. I could look it up, but I simply don't have the time. But like maybe he wasn't such a charmer, and maybe he was actually just like a stab and go.
Yeah, I'm imagining him a little less like proper milady, like, and then seducing. I'm imagining him like in an alleyway,
right.
slashing.
Right. The slash and grab method.
Right.
But still being a little bit like tattered Futch professor.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's like, and again, his hair is curly but choppy, and like it's waxy, and like
No, definitely. There's like some like
eyeliner.
beekeeper's pomade. Like there's some Lord Thistlewick.
and they're like, yeah, just get it started and keep it going.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fun.
Okay, hit me.
This is going back to Fauci territory, but oh wait, no. Kathy Hochul, our new governor, First Lady of New York.
The first lady governor of New York State in history, Kathy Hochul.
Hashtag how she does it.
I mean, obsessed with her. She kind of looks like Carly Fiorina in this way. She kind of has that like narrow face. Remember Carly Fiorina, who ran for president on the Republican side? She's the one who like ran Hewlett Packard. Like she like ran it into the ground.
Yes, HP boss.
HP boss. And then remember Ted Cruz picked her as his running mate.
Yes.
When he was like fully losing the nomination.
Right, and I feel like I looked her up and I was like, who is this HP bitch?
Yeah. And she was just like this, just
brunette,
snarly.
But
yeah,
got a head on her.
Just looks like so frigid. Just like the most like there is 3 brooms up her ass at all times that go like all the way up her spine.
I think Kathy Hochul, I think she's a little bit of chill to her.
Yeah, so she has a little bit of chill to her, for sure.
Tiny bit. I mean, still to be like governor, you have
to be lieutenant governor is one of the least chill jobs that you can have.
It's like now that she's become governor, there's almost a little more chill to her.
No, now she can kind of just like, let her hair down a bit.
guess I'm so inspired after going to her Instagram and seeing her selfie with 2 gays upstate.
Yeah, that she said that she captioned it being like, I'm here with 2 of my most creative citizens.
And so I feel like she is getting the most random, like at the woman politician store, like blazer and suit.
I mean, I think that she's kind of this thing that my mom did when I was a kid, which is some company called Doncaster, and they would send her all this clothing in the mail. She was like the original like Stitch Fix hoe, and they would like it was like this kind of like fake designer that made stuff that looked like it was like
for busy businesswomen.
Yeah, that looked like whatever the like Lord and Taylor like expensive top would be, but it was just like from this weird brand called Doncaster, and they sent her like so many silk tops with like one built-in necklace.
Wait, I'm obsessed. I was imagining your mom, like, again, going to so many, like, Boston boutiques.
Well, now she's very boutique, and she's just, like, going into the most random Nantucket boutique and just being like, isn't this beautiful? And it's, like, one really long rope with just, like, one pearl on it, and it's, like, $600. And you're like, I don't know, like, do you need that? And she's just like, oh, I've already purchased it. Do you want anything, sweetie? And you're like, I don't need this, like, weird candle holder.
You're like, I don't know. Like, you're like, I would love for you to buy me something, but I don't know what at the store.
I can't imagine there's anything here I need. But so I kind of think their Kathy Hochul is like everything is this one weird politician woman brand, and like it's the silk tops and the blazers and the skirts and like all the matching stuff, and she's just a little bit no fuss about it. Like I don't think that she is like going to Lord and Taylor in Albany and like
the Lord and Taylor
doing a silk top run.
Casual wise, I feel like she literally is wearing that brand, not your daughter's jeans.
Wait, they're like stretchy jeans.
They're stretchy jeans, yeah, for moms. They sell them at Burlington, but
where do you think she's shopping online?
She must be shopping online. Is she getting like is she so friend of the pod Daniel's mom? Like, is all of her clothes just Amazon.com brand clothing?
Maybe.
And it's like pack of 3 women's
But then
V-necks.
I also think that, because as you know, she's so like her claim to fame and as in not fame is like going to diners in every county in the state. And so like maybe she is having to go to some boutique in
Sullivan
East
County,
Cloydexter, and like she's like there's this like one sad boutique that is selling this one pair of like corduroy pants, and she's being like,
yes.
Oh, these are nice. Oh yeah, these are I'll get these, and she's taking a photo with the shopkeep.
And I think she is being lesbian merch head. She's buying a few mom Henleys from the diner. Like one diner, she's like
You know what
she's
she
like, can you go
is?
back in and get like the shirt?
She's very gifts for her girlfriends. I feel like she's getting 3 of the shirts for her girlfriends, or like 3 mugs for her 3 best girlfriends.
And they go to this diner and they open it up and they're like, we all have like Miss Pastries Pies mug. And they're like, oh my God, Kathy. That's so sweet. And scarves. I think she is like she has some funky scarves, but like isn't wearing them because she's afraid.
Yeah, they're too much. But maybe on a Saturday brunch in Albany, she's like taking one of these kind of like funky, and it's like beaded weirdly, silk. There's like a pattern. There's a lot going on in the scarf.
I would love to for us to take Kathy Hochul to brunch.
No, as a thank you for her service.
Yeah, absolutely. For getting in there.
Hell yes.
It's not hard.
For raking that glass ceiling.
Okay. I want to just read back to Cavallari, read the description from glamourmagazine.com of our favorite brand on earth, Uncommon James, and just kind of discuss it. Kristen Cavallari, she of Laguna Beach and Hills fame, made her way to Nashville and started her jewelry company, Uncommon James, a name that's a play on her daughter's middle name, using style stars like Haley Baldwin and Kate Moss as muses. Cavallari's brand focuses on minimalist, delicate, quote-unquote, feminine with an edge pieces that range from, you ready for this? Specifics, $36 to $78. And because once a reality star, always a reality star, Cavallari and her company are now the subjects of an E-series called Very Cavallari. To discuss. It's so insane for Cavallari to be like, my muse is Kate Moss.
Absolutely out of control. It's just like this very famous supermodel
who wears like actual designer clothing.
Who has nothing to do with your just like insanely cheesy mall brand that sells jewelry that's so thin it's actually invisible. You can like never see. If someone could be wearing stacked in Uncommon James jewelry and you would like not even see it. Also, those prices have gone up because you know that she's now doing a demi-fine line. And you remember the episode where she goes to Italy to like meet a demi-fine maker. She's like, and we're doing demi-fine. And when the demi-fine line launches, it's going to be huge. And I have a lot on my plate right now, Jay. And I just don't think you understand. And I need you to be supportive of me like I supported you during your football career.
Seriously. Because it's like, yeah, as she stood on the sidelines of his Bears games, he could stand on the sidelines of her going to a demi-fine jeweler. And for those of you who don't know what demi-fine is,
it's halfway between fine and not fine. Fine jewelry is hella expensive.
Demisexual to demi-fine.
Okay, one thing that I did want to bring up about Uncommon James, the name, as they say, it's a play on her daughter's name. It's literally just the name. Her daughter's name is James because like celebrities are so naming girls James now. And then she just put the word uncommon in front of it.
And it's like kind of funny because the name James is extremely common.
But it is such a rich woman thing to name your business after your kid. It's like the most common rich woman thing. And they all think that it's like really quirky and interesting and personal. And they're like, yeah, actually, it's actually my own kid's name. And
that's
I just
so weird because I just want to keep it close and intimate. And they're like, this isn't some huge, crazy brand. This is actually a passion project to make really cheap jewelry.
Yeah. And it's literally like, okay, there's this new museum in France that's like insanely boring, and I went to, and it's like designed by what's his name, Frank Gehry, and it's like congrats another Gehry, they all look the same.
Yeah.
And it's called the Luma, and it's because like this rich woman's kids are names like Lucas and Marie, and she was just like, oh, let me combine them into one word. And it's like trying to be like the chicest, newest contemporary art center of Europe. And it's just like, you're just a rich woman who's naming something after your own children.
Right. They're like, well, I already named my
narcissism. It's just like, you just couldn't be more revealing of the fact that like, this is just a complete vanity project.
And they're like, and now when my kids grow up, they'll know they have something.
They'll have something.
Well, do you also think it's
Ivy Park, Beyonce, Blue Ivy.
Right. Who else?
That's her Adidas line or whatever.
Who else has like named
their business after their kid?
Yeah.
There's also Draper James, which is
Well,
Reese Witherspoon's, but that's not.
That's
well,
just-
maybe she named it after Kristen Cavallari's daughter.
Well, George, I mean, this is different, but George Foreman named all of his children George.
That's a separate fact, but
Yeah.
yeah, I did know that.
So it's kind of like, is the George Foreman girl named after him? Or is it named after his
All
children?
of his children. There's someone that a lot of our younger listeners probably don't know who he is.
Okay, so this brings me to my James game.
Okay.
I'm going to read you titles of clothing from Uncommon James and Draper James.
Oh my God, I have to choose whether it's Draper James or Uncommon James?
Yeah.
I love this game! Oh my God, I love this game!
And you can play this at parties, bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs, christenings, funerals, and etc.
And just to clarify for everyone, Draper James is Reese Witherspoon's home and apparel line, and Uncommon James is Kristen Cavallari's home and apparel line.
Okay. Are you ready?
Hit me.
Winona wrap dress in chambray.
Draper James.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, one for Stephen. Okay, so we're just loading. I mean...
You didn't have them sort of pre-screen grab or
Oh,
something?
I did, but okay. Brunette crop top.
Uncommon.
Yep.
It's the simplicity of just calling it the
Yeah.
brunette that's so Kristen.
Also, that show that I just started watching that I need you to watch about these two Canadian chicas renovating motels. The brunette was wearing a sweatshirt that said brunette.
What is going on with brunettes? The brain cells are out the door.
Yeah, they really are. Starstruck hairpin.
Uncommon.
Damn, you're good.
Oh, I'm so good at this. Because that's so her to be like celebrity make. You know what I mean? It's like that. There's something about the cheesiness.
That is like starstruck, where you're like, Reese has a little more, just like a little more, I don't know.
Well, you know what's funny is I think that Uncommon trades on Kristen's fame more than Draper James trades on Reese, which is ironic because Reese is obviously a lot more famous than Kristen.
Well, that's why I think Reese can be a little more just like random and vague and less like,
Yeah.
This is the crop.
This is the Hollywood Tumblr.
Okay.
I'm sure Uncommon has like a Hollywood candle.
Do good multi-beaded bracelet.
Okay, this is actually really hard because I'm sure that it is like a partnership with some just like Save the Girls like literary like foundation to like build
homes for people who are going to teach girls.
who are going to teach girls just like how to become hairstylists. I do think that is Reese though because she's so charity.
Damn, you're good.
I'm really good.
I really want to stump you. Okay. Looking for a stump here.
Reese is so the do good bracelet.
Well,
I'm
she's
so
so no,
proud
she
to
really
partner
is.
with Land Rover and Peacock to like launch the do good bracelet.
Okay. Well, I honestly, these are too easy. I'm like,
I just go rapid fire.
okay, let's go. Natalie sweatshirt and gingham.
Draper James.
Yep.
I mean, it's the gingham for me, sis.
Okay, 1 second. And 1 second. Bride tank top.
Uncommon.
Yeah. It just literally because it's like the bride is just like, you're a babe tank top. Yeah, you're a bigger babe tank top. Like uncommon crop. I'm busy. Mrs. Crop. Okay, not the shirt that's just Mrs. Crop Top. And then it's like
Mr. and Mrs. Crop
the
Top.
sassier
I
Draper
could describe
Dream
some
stuff
Bushwick couples that I've seen.
is like, it's just also gingham and being a little more like whiskey and my sweet tea about it because everything is like the Natalie sweatshirt and gingham.
I mean,
like,
well, it's funny because like Kristen just like moved to Nashville in the most normal Nashville way where she's like, this is a cheesy city. I'm cheesy. I'm moving here.
Right.
Whereas like Reese's whole thing is like pretending that she's so Southern and calling everything just like the bless your heart apron and cocktail making kit. And that's just
right.
like,
And the cheesier stuff here is there's a full like, what would Dolly do section?
Okay, I do want to just say thank you so much for playing all these games with me. Wait, do you quickly want to hear the other celebrities that
Yes,
I
I
didn't read?
do.
Okay, Billie Holiday, Carly Simon, Benjamin Franklin, Adam Driver, Sasha Obama, Georgia Sand.
Okay, you said last time.
I'm always saying Georgia Sand. Joan of Arc, Michelle Yeoh, Curveball.
Oh.
Alice Waters and Giada, and then Susan Rice, who's like another like administrative person.
Okay, the Biden admin up in here.
Wait, read yours quickly.
Okay, quickly. Osama bin Laden, Billy Joel, Ben Affleck, Matt Damon's wife, Chrissy Teigen, current Melania, Jojo Siwa and her GF, Rooney Mara.
Yeah, I'm curious about all of those. Did Osama bin Laden ever wear jeans?
Maybe when they funded him to go to whatever, like American University.
Yeah, I feel like when he was being more like 90s boots, he was
actually in Levi's.
Yeah. Unlike Fauci, who doesn't support the gay community.
Okay, and yours, I feel like Billie Holiday. I feel like she also,
I guess I'm like,
in
what's
her
her
20s,
casual style?
I feel like it was like a high dress pant and like a kind of like
casual style?
Yeah, and like
around the house?
I just meant more like
when she was like
to go to another jazz bar, like not kind of,
she was doing heroin. Was that her drug?
I think so, yeah. So you're saying what was she doing while she was like shooting?
Well, yeah, what was her like heroin outfit?
Was Billie Holiday a lesbian or she was bi? What's the deal? So many questions. Maybe she was like slip around the house.
I feel like she was so slip.
No, she's slip, but she's also dungarees, straight leg, huge cuff.
Okay, now you are making her this like friendly boy.
Yeah, I think she was. I feel like I'm getting Spirit is giving
Spirit is telling me no, and if Spirit is telling you that Billie Holiday is a famous lesbian, then she is.
And she's wearing this huge cuff, and it's kind of like a super tight Hanes tee, like it's the 40s.
Hot.
Yeah, done.
Okay, so next week, speaking of the 40s.
Speaking of the 40s.
More like 1840s.
We're really going back to school with this one.
We are reading the memoirs of none other than Lily's favorite president. Oh, wait, no, sorry.
Second favorite president.
Ulysses S. Grant. So we are going to be getting into the Civil War. We are going to be getting into battles.
We are going to be getting into whiskey.
Buff your muskets, ladies.
Grab your bullets and shine your cannon.
Call the cavalry. Because we're about to fjord the Delaware. Or ford it?
Get your battalions. I'm going to need battalions to read this book. It's 400 pages.
Battalion boots. Fall in line.
Yeah, wish us luck. And see you next week.
Best.
Celebrity Book Club is presented by Prologue Projects and Headgum. This show is produced by Meg Murnane with editorial support from Leon Nafok, Andrew Parsons, and Madeline Kaplan. Production manager is Persia Verlin. Engineering by Ferris Monchi. Original theme song by Stephen Phillips Horst. I love that song. Artwork by Teddy Blacks at Chips NY. Follow us on Twitter at CBC The Pod. Subscribe on your favorite podcast app. Leave us a review. And don't forget to tell your friends about us.
That was a HeadGum podcast.